Okay.
All right, Eric Stromquist, day 2 of Haystack. I corralled this guy right here. If you don't know him, he is Ken Sinclair, AutomatedBuildings.com, and he is going to act as a special correspondent for Controltrends. He actually did a couple of video interviews which we will get posted. But if you're not reading AutomatedBuildings.com, man, you are not staying informed. And Ken is taking his game to a new level. You got somebody you want to introduce? I'm going to step out of frame and let you tell us about this gentleman right here.
Okay, this is Christopher. Well, it's Chris. Chris Naismith. Okay, well, shake hands. All right. Like we're in it. And he's with SES Consulting. And he helped me out yesterday with my presentation when we were talking about building self-learning cultures. And I've been working with SES as their newest employee, trying to understand what these kids are doing. And he's the training manager. We're not sure if he's training to be a manager or he's managing training. But either way, a little bit of both. And he's just expanded my mind a lot so that we understand how the younger generation thinks. So just tell us a little bit about what you told us yesterday.
Sure. We at SES are in kind of a position that a lot of people in this industry are, in that we are a company of almost 30 people. Half of them were hired over the last 3 years, and like 90% of them are under 30. So we're trying to figure out how to move away from the traditional institutional model where you've got somebody who's a mentor and a trainer who trains the incoming people, because we just don't have those types of resources anymore. So trying to figure out how to build a culture where we teach each other, we combine all of our communal resources together and learn.
Self-learning culture.
A cultural collaborative learning.
It's just like
what we're hoping it'll be is that there is a suppository, is that the right word, of information.
Suppository is something.
Yeah, I bet you got your ass. Okay. Repository. Well, maybe I was right the first time. So anyway, maybe we'll move away from that. It's basically a database where this is all going to occur for each building. And each company. And SES has been using like a Wikipedia, and so it's an internal Wikipedia, and so actually everybody helps build that knowledge base. And as we build that knowledge base, Chris has done some stuff where he's actually automatically building some of that information as well. Maybe talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we had some people with foresight when they started the company, when we started growing the company, to implement a wiki on basically the same platform that Wikipedia is built on. And it allows us everyone at the company to contribute content, contribute their experiences and bits of info that are coming in. We're all kind of drawing in information from all around and filtering it through our experiences and putting it in there. So I've also tried to bring in these automatic sources, like AutomatedBuildings.com being one of them. I've got podcasts from Controltrends coming in, and so we've got lists of resources that are indexed and searchable, and the idea is not to teach everyone everything that is happening. It's an impossible task, but rather when somebody wants to find it, they can find it and implement it in real time.
And in a self-learning culture, the actual identity just keeps getting smarter and smarter as everyone contributes to it and puts their little piece of the puzzle together. As a learning manager, he attempts to try and control maybe a gatehouse on how that information is assembled.
How cool is that?
Okay, so there you go, man. Ken Sinclair on top of it, making sure that our industry gets educated. Christopher, man, we look forward to interviewing you on Controltrends. Look, any way we can help, let us know. How do people get a hold of you, Christopher?
They can find me on the website, sesconsulting.com, or at my email, Christopher@SESconsulting. But we've started using a software called Slack, and we're actually starting up a group of energy services consulting engineers.
Started here at
started here at Haystack,
Nice.
where we
At the
can
table,
share
that's what we're all
information
sitting at the
and
table there.
communicate. So if you hit me up with a request via email, I can add you to that group as well.
And what we're doing is we're pushing back and forth what social media streams are working best for these young companies that are trying to pull themselves together.
Way cool. Now listen, Ken, I need you honest engine here. You're on your word of honor here, because when you mention young, as you know, Controltrends has a Young Guns Awards. Now Christopher, you know, it's hard to tell because he looks like he's wise beyond his years, but would he qualify for a Young Gun, you think, next year?
I think so.
What's the cutoff?
22 months.
22 months.
Just teasing. All right, there you go. Ken Sinclair, AutomatedBuildings.com. Be sure to check him out. Christopher, we will be seeing a lot more of you in the Controltrends community as well. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.